last time on Higurashi. Holy fuck, what the fuck just happened? Jesus! Fuck, what? I am... I've had a little bit of time to think about the talk of Rika being Oyashiro-sama's reincarnation? And in terms of this route, it would all depend on when actually she died. If... Come to think of it, someone refresh my memory, tell me if she died in the first arc. She definitely died in the second arc. What if that researcher, who's totally not a demon, was right, and Rika's death sets off the chain of, fuck, that consumes Hinamizawa, and eventually Keiichi Maibara, the twit of the year. Okay, where are we? Are we dead? This arc is still not over, apparently. Okay, now it's over. Nope. Sky is shiny. Well, we haven't woken up in some, new, bright, and cheerful world, so, confirm that this isn't some sort of alternate universe. But he's already dead. Nice. Arrest him for murder. For realsies this time. We really are going to the clinic. Oh. Don't tell me his wish is actually going to come true. What is going on? Trucks. Okay. Okay. What the heck is going on? Apologies for that. Hopefully computer will cooperate with me so I can finish this part. Rotten crap gut. What the fuck is going on in here? Japan Self-Defense Force. Hmm? A survivor? What the fuck happened here? What have we done? I mean, I can presume what happened. Alright, Wednesday. That makes sense. I can presume what happened after you wished the crazy Hinamizawa would die. Was held at the Prime Minister's residence. Team Cabinet Secretary Okuno answered the questions about the delay in the dispatch of the self-defense force to the disaster-stricken area as follows. We believe that we promptly responded to the dispatch request by the governor. That was the answer from the Chief Cabinet Secretary. He stated that there had been no evident delay in the dispatch of the self-defense force. Rather, he implied the delay in the governor's grasp of the situation. The governor's reaction to the situation is in question because there might have been a tremendous delay in requesting the self-defense force's dispatch. Since this disaster is unprecedented, there seems to have been a great loss of time when the governor tried to grasp the situation. This is said to have caused an expansion of the disaster area. We will wait for further investigation. What happened? This is Ogata from the Prime Minister's residence. Now we will recapitulate the handling of the disaster by the government. From the night of June 21st to the 22nd, a large-scale disaster happened in Hinamizawa village, Shishibone City. The details are still unknown, but it appears that poisonous volcanic gas erupted from the earth. The heavy gas turned into a flow. The gas flow went down the stream and hit Hinamizawa. and eventually covered the whole area in a few hours. The time was past midnight, 2 to 4 a.m. It swallowed all the houses in Hinamizawa. Most of the villagers were supposedly sleeping, and died without realizing anything. Holy fuck. That was the reason there was a delay in the direct detection of the disaster. There was a small inkling. 3 a.m. A newspaper store in Okinomiya sent a car to their Hinamizawa branch for morning edition delivery. They did not receive the arrival call that day. The owner of the newspaper kept calling, but there was no answer. Oh my. But he lost contact with the sun as well. Holy fuck. The annihilation of the village. I'd been drinking all night long and was asleep at the time. Holy shit. Fujiwara from XX University. The evacuation camp. Oh. Are they alive? Oh, shit. Yeah. Body, body. There's a body. Tons of bodies. Hey, at least they apologized. Indeed you did. In the worst possible way. It came true. This is beyond the worst possible outcome. This is absolutely the worst possible outcome. I hope, for your sake, Keiichi, in this timeline, I hope it comes true. And judging by the look of it, it's going to. Maybe it was. Oh. Before dawn, June 22nd, the 58th year of Showa, a large-scale disaster happened in Hinamizawa village, Shishibone City. Volcanic gas, hydrogen sulfide, and carbon dioxide gushed out of the Onigafuchi swamp and covered the entire village. The number of victims is over 12,000. Over 20 people are missing. Disaster caused 600,000 people to evacuate from the nearby areas. Later investigation revealed that there was stagnant magma and a hot spring below Onigafuchi. The cause of the disaster was that gas gushed out of there. Stagnant magma. People who believe this disaster was a curse caused the early disturbances. They believed that when the curse occurred, a fume would emerge and annihilate the village. Scholars say that from simple gas calamities in the past, lore of the incident may have been passed down among the villagers. Some pedestrian tabloid magazines hyped that this incident was an extension of the series of bizarre deaths which have been occurring for the past few years in Hinamizawa. The relatives of the Hinamizawan villagers who live away from the village started to feel ill and hospitalized. Some of them died in strange ways in the hospital. That also contributed to the hype. Moreover, some people who asserted themselves as cursed by Oyashiro-sama died in a bizarre way. That inflicted the nationwide impact. The idea of a gas which creeps in and kills people silently in the middle of the night permeated Japan. People started to suffer from lack of sleep, breathlessness, headaches, and dizziness. Some of them believed themselves to be haunted and acted strangely. Most of them were just hallucinations infused by the media. Yet later these symptoms caused by the Hinamizawa disaster started to be called the Hinamizawa syndrome. After stirring up many assumptions, Hinamizawa village is now forbidden to enter, and flights over the area are not allowed. The restriction on the area was once cleared when the gas level became low, but in autumn of the same year another gas effusion was detected, and the area was cordoned off again. While signs of life still remain within, the village keeps sleeping. Signs of life? The only survivor was a boy who lived in Hinamizawa, Maibara Keiichi, age 1X. He suffered from pulmonary edema caused by dyspnea at the time of rescue, but he was revived by the rescue crew. He is now hospitalized in a general hospital in the same prefecture. Reporters are gathering in front of the hospital, but no visitors are allowed. He's fucking alive. What did he see in Hinamizawa? What happened from June 21st to 22nd in Hinamizawa? He just keeps silent. He's fucking alive. He fucking survived. List of Hinamizawa disaster victims. Tomitake Jiro. Suicide? Takano Mio. Oishi Kurano. Kumagai Katsuya. Kuma-san. Irie. Frederica. Gas disaster. Ryugu Reina. Sonozaki Mion. Sonozaki Oryu. Hojo Sadoko. Went missing. Hojo Tepe went missing. Maibari. Oh, his parents are dead. Tomida and Okamura. Chie-sensei. Kimiyoshi. Kasai. Shion. Maibara Keiichi attempted suicide. Institutionalized. Credits? Wow. That was a wow whopper ending. Holy fuck. 7th expansion. That was whew. Pretty much all the names we need to know are dead. Except Sadoko and Hojo Tepe. They went missing. Late summer of the 15th area of the Heisei. Oh? A tabloid magazine company from the late 50s of the Showa. Maibara Keiichi. Oh. But what did he say? It's kind of hard to talk when it's recorded. Don't pay attention. See, isn't this better? Recording gets unclear. Okay, let's begin. First question is, where were you that night when the disaster happened? If we go around the back of the shrine and follow the trail into the woods, there's a suspension bridge, right in front of a mountain. I fell from it. I was unconscious after that. Was that the night of the disaster? I mean the night of the 21st? No. The morning of Tuesday the 21st. I woke up at noon the next day. I believe I was unconscious for a day and a half. Why were you there? I think a lot of people would wonder too. It was a weekday and the bridge was far from both your home and your school, right? To be blunt, some people say that you somehow knew about the disaster beforehand and you fell from that bridge because you were escaping. You know that? No way. That's ridiculous. I think that's horrible too. Don't be offended. So the bridge you fell from is located here, on this map. The one at the end of the train in the woods, behind the shrine. Probably. I'm not sure because I haven't been there many times. I wonder what brought you there on a weekday morning. And about the riverside where you were lying unconscious. Do you know people say that's impossible? Impossible? Again. Impossible? Again? Still? Why impossible? You know the gas came from the Onigafuchi swamp, right? Scholars simulated the incident using precise diorama and found out some interesting facts. Volcanic gas is heavier than air, so it flows into the lower area along the landscape, like water. So they held an experiment to find out how long it took for the gas to cover the area. And they found out that the gas must have flown through the riverside where you were lying. I don't understand what you're saying. I mean, if you were lying by this riverside, that means you were in the middle of the volcanic gas throughout the night. So it defied the possibility that you've been lying there. I'll talk more frankly. I think you're lying. You were hiding in some safe place at the time of the disaster, and came out when the gas started to thin down. Then you were found by the self-defense force crew, hiding in some safe place with fucking injuries, broken bones. What do you think of this? Am I right? I wouldn't be surprised if that was true. What do you mean you wouldn't be surprised? Some doubt that this tape is a recording with the real Maibara Keiichi. Like you said, it was impossible. But nothing was impossible in that Hinamizawa. People who weren't supposed to be there were there in that village. The dead people were still living. That wasn't rare at all. I wasn't expecting to be the living dead myself. We're all laughing. Oh. Check the plausibility of the tape. I brought the tape to a relative of the Maibara family and had them listen. Because the recording was aged and lacked clarity, the relative could not recognize his voice. Okay, Keiichi-kun, I'll change the subject. What do you think of the theory that the disaster was the fifth curse, following the series of bizarre deaths in Hinamizawa? No, I don't think it was. The fifth curse was me. Oh, just admit it right here. Eh? What do you mean? What do I mean? It's the answer to your question. It is also doubtful that the date on the tape, November 28th, is accurate. I'm sure you won't believe, but I made that disaster happen. It was me. I wished for the whole village to die, and that's why it happened. That sounds excruciating. Excruciating? That's a funny way to describe it. Because Maibara Keiichi had been committed to a mental institution after he tried to kill himself in August, 2 months after the disaster. I killed Takano-san, the manager, and Oishi. I had a supernatural power at the time. Yeah, it was a footstep, so to speak. A footstep? What is it? Oh, haven't you heard of that? Flap, flap. Swash, swash. The institution never allowed reporters, so it is highly unlikely that a recording exists after August of the 58th year of the Showa. You should try stopping walking suddenly. It's fun. And if you hear an extra footstep after you've stopped, you should be careful. Okay, I will. Is this conversation that funny? You've just been laughing. It is possible that the reporter has sneaked into the facility because at the time he was famous for his forceful methods. Let me guess, he's dead now. You're the same as the manager. You pretend you sympathize with me, but you think I'm a lunatic inside. No, I don't. I can tell. You have the same look in your eyes he did. Is this recording really an interview with my bar Keiichi? The truth is still unknown. The footsteps stopped that day, so I don't know if I still have that power, but one more time, I wish you dead. I wish you dead because you upset me with your talking. Why don't I choose how you'll die this time? Takanobu-san was burned to death, so why not drown? How about you drown to death? 10 and some years later, the reporter died in an oceanic accident, as my bar Keiichi prophesied. Back in those days, I could kill you in one day. You'd die by next morning. I wonder how many days later you're going to die. You should be careful. Don't die because of my curse. The recording stops in the middle of my bar Keiichi's laughter. And my bar Keiichi, 2 days after the interview, on November 30th of the 58th year of the Showa, he died of a high fever from an unknown cause. His strange remark was written on a medical method, and he asked for a nurse. I hear an extra footstep again. Oh. Oh. You know what would have been the coolest effect to end that on? Just footsteps. Why not? After that whole talk about footsteps. Oh, all cast review session time. After all that talk about footsteps, why not just another footstep? In that silence. That was Sadako's house. And now we're at an interesting look on the place. Oh, of course, the next video will be the all-cast review session. And after that, I'll try and go through my thoughts on the arc one last time. Until then.